torn down in its hometown, a Hong Kong icon is reborn in Taiwan. A replica of the Pillar of Shame, commemorating the victims of the Tiananmen Square Massacre, now stands in the heart of Taipei. Unveiled on the 33rd anniversary of the deadly crackdown, when soldiers opened fire on pro-democracy protesters in Beijing on June 4, 1989, killing thousands. The project was launched by the New School for Democracy.
这个决定说实在不是一个深思熟虑的决定，我们是在一股冲动之下所做的决定，因为香港有我们很多很好的朋友，因为港区国安法的实施他们现在坐在国安的法庭的大牢里。
Veteran activists like Zhang say they feel an affinity for Hong Kong, since Taiwan also endured a long, harsh period of martial law, known as the White Terror. Hong Kong, once under British rule, was handed back to China 25 years ago, with the promise that Hong Kong's freedoms would remain unchanged for at least 50 years.
For decades, the Pillar of Shame stood as a monument in Hong Kong, both to the victims of June 4th and to the city's freedoms, its unique role as the one place on Chinese soil where people could remember their sacrifice and the dream of democracy that they died for.
But that came to an end in December last year. Fears of running afoul of a national security law imposed by Beijing prompted the University of Hong Kong, where the pillar stood, to dismember and remove it. Its ultimate fate? Still uncertain. As Hong Kong authorities have used the law to crush dissent, Taiwan is now the only place in the Chinese-speaking world where the June 4th massacre can be publicly acknowledged. Some here feel a sense of duty to pick up the torch, but Taiwanese activist Li Mingzi, recently freed after 5 years in a Chinese prison, sees it differently.
我不认为要去提出它是华人世界唯一一个能够举办六四的地方，我认为那个不重要。我认为重要是台湾作为世界人民的一部分，而且台湾对世界的标榜是台湾是追求自由民主价值的，我们又是世界第一线面对中国威胁的，台湾更应该纪念六四，用纪念六四让世界人不要忘记中国政府的恶行。
This year, an art exhibition on the site highlights human rights issues in China, and films screened outdoors also focus on the changing face of Hong Kong. For many here, like exiled Hong Kong artist Casey Wong, the day has become about more than just remembering the Tiananmen crackdown.
With the fall of Hong Kong, Tiananmen vigil will no longer be possible. So for me to be able to publicly participate in the vigil as well as connected with the brothers and sisters of resistance such as the Tibetan people, the Xinjiang people, and the Taiwan people. So this solidarity connects us because we have similar enemy.
With candles in hand and a minute's silence observed, Taipei's Pillar of Shame went up with the help of Hong Kongers who are trying to start a new life here. The replica is less than half the size of the original, but its message is just as powerful. Taiwan has not forgotten what happened in Beijing 33 years ago, and will defend the freedoms here that are slowly being lost in Hong Kong. Ryan Kilpatrick for TaiwanPlus.